squeak, 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 squeak. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, social media. Good morning to you. How are you today? How are you today? How are you, social media? How are you today? Y'all, same shit, different day. Same shit, different day. Except it's cool this morning, once again. It's our last day of cool. Same here, I know. Blah, blah, biscuit. It's always something, right? For you so I can listen to you while you do yard work. Here I am, Kay. Here I am. Creams, no. Pisser. Huh? Yeah. He's trying to get in. Who's letting him in at night? Days of our lives. It's like the sands of the hourglass. So are the days of our lives. Yep. I got nothing to say today. Your arse for an hour. I wish I could sit on my arse. Yeah. But I did for a little bit. Surviving work. Back from Maui. Back from Maui. You know, it's been so long since I've been there. Since my mom died. You know, since my mamacita died. She died there. Not there, but she died while we were there. And then it was hard. Like, I could probably go back again now, today. But I don't know. Hello, my friends, hello. It's time to let you know I'm almost done of the house of the Mormon hoods. It's crazy drama. I love the drama. Hello. So, oh no, it's not a bad memory. I mean, it's a bad memory, but I could go back. I think I'm ready to go back one of these days. You had ants in your kitchen? Well, Kim, I recorded a kitchen chronicle this morning. So anyhow, I recorded a kitchen chronicle just because when I went in to feed the cats and the dogs and the pig, I just couldn't pass it up. I couldn't pass it up not recording this day. You know what I mean? So I hope you enjoyed your Maui trip. I bet it was beautiful as always. Hawaii has a certain smell. Plumeria, sea, salt. Yep. I hate ants too. Ants make me feel dirty. Don't know why. It has nothing to do with dirt. It just they're looking for, you know, water, I don't know, food to bring back to their queen bee. Knee replacement surgery. 3 weeks post-op. I see you people coming into the PT with your knee braces on. So, Daytona Beach, it's warm. This is our last day of cool, so we'll be back at it with the 90s and the 100 coming up pretty soon. So, nothing much going on. Yeah, I don't like bugs. Oh, here's John again. John was busting my arse yesterday. Let's see how long. Good day, Charlene. How are you? That door open. So, your PT guy is smoking hot. I wouldn't mind going to a smoking hot guy with his hands on me. Ants are hard workers. Are they? I have a an ant guy, so he comes because Elk Grove is built on an ant farm. Yeah, an ant farm. Don't tell Dan though, Jenny. He left in a tizzy yesterday for his walk because he heard me talking about Bosa and me envisioning Bosa on top of me. He's a little pissy about that. God, this guy, come on, dude. Like, I'd ever have a chance. Get over yourself, Mr. Corn Hub. And you're worried about one person I talk about. What's up, Drake? How's it going? Yeah, I couldn't tell my man either. And it's just so stupid. I don't sit on the porn club. Oh shit. Corn Hub. You know what I mean? What the hell? Think about all those faces he envisions. For fuck's sake. I can't talk about a 49er. At least I thought he would be happy that he was a 49er. Shit. Anyhow. Mine's a real person with morals and values. What is he watching? Anyhow. Hi, guys. Consider corn cheating. You know, I think I have to go to the bathroom. But, yeah, you know, kinda is, if you think about it. I mean, let me go to the bathroom and we'll have this conversation. We just had this not that long ago about the corn, right? Is it cheating? Let's talk. Let me go pee-pee. I can see it both ways because my mind is open. See? Hold on. Is it cheating? Oh, it could be. I think there's a tiny bit of thoughts on that. I kind of do think it's cheating. A little bit. A little bit. Because they're watching. It's voyeurism, number one, right? You're watching another people's going at it. I can see that some people could see that it could be a form of the cheat, right? And how do we not know our person is not thinking about the person that they were focusing on during their watching, right? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I could see it. I could see how people feel that way. Yep. Because my mind is open. There's two sides to everything, right? I think the things we did in our 30s short circuit the desire part of my brain. Do I think it's shameful? I don't think it's shameful, you know? I don't think it's shameful. I don't think anything, maybe for the people doing it, it's shameful and it's sad, right? That's the avenue they took in life. But for people watching it, I don't think it's shameful. It's human nature, right? The context. Yeah, well, if you're doing it together, I think it's okay. Hi, Mikey. Sometimes you have to scratch the itch. Daily, though. Jenny Tran, daily. I went for 30 minutes. The last couple Thursdays when I've had PT, it's right there. So I go in, play my free play, and leave. Yeah, well, if they're hiding it from you, that's one thing, that's weird. But look, my guy, I know he's doing it, you know? He doesn't hide anything. Sometimes I'm like, oh, you went yesterday? Jenny Tran, girl. God's watching. Well, you gotta, hold on. I'm religious, so to me it's shameful. God's watching. But your handle name is Thug Nasty. God's watching. Your handle name is Thug Nasty. So that's shameful for you. Makes sense. Makes sense. So here's my thing. I don't care that he does it. If my girl is always too busy. Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I give Dan a pass, right? Because Thug Nasty. God's watching, I'm religious. Okay. This, period of my life. Murkiness, bloodiness, not bad. And cramps, back pain. I don't know what is going on with my insides, but it's not pleasurable. So, am I going to say, no, you can't watch the Corn Club? No. A guy's got to do what a guy's got to do. Now, I know you guys think about corn every, 6 seconds? 3 seconds a day? Every 3 seconds, 6 seconds, something like that. I don't think about it. I'm thinking about my pain. I'm thinking, should I be having a panty liner in? I'm thinking, what the fuck is this cramps for? I'm thinking, it's not period time. I'm thinking, what the fuck is happening with me? Shit. That's what I'm thinking. Meanwhile, Dan's thinking about getting it in, right? So he's got to do what he's got to do to get his jollies, because his wife is miserable, right? Miserable. So have I been to the Ghana? Yeah, I go yearly, and I have a message into her. P.S. No, I don't care. I really don't care. Dan's been a porn club watcher forever. We used to do it together a lot. It doesn't bother me. Honestly, it doesn't. And men are visual, right? I get it. Like, I'm not black and white, I don't think one way. I think both ways. I get it. In all honesty, I don't care. I kind of embellish a little bit just for fun, but I see both sides of it. It's one side only, no. Menopause hell, yes. Yes, it does. Thank you, Jenny. It doesn't matter where you get your appetite, just eat at home. 100%. How do you feel about people? People do get treated as special need. I don't know what that means, Robert. Do what our women do. Drake, easy, bruh. Easy, bruh. Drake is already on my nerves. Let me tell you why. This little hussy just said, the corn stars do what our women won't. Because we're demure. We're mindful. We're classy. We don't act like corn stars because we are not, Drake. Lord. Drake. It's other ways to satisfy Dan. Coming from a guy. Again, big Rob. We use corn as an educational tool. For your kids? Cindy, what? Corn starns won't look at you twice, Drake's dad. Drake's dad's looking for autographs. Hey, Missy Lou. Hey, I saw those acrobatics the other night. Woo! Woo! Hey, Missy, do you teach classes? My girlfriend would love to learn some of those moves. Well, she may not, but I would love for her to learn how to do what you do. Woo! Oh. Judy, get it, girl. Judy said, I'll do more than any corn star. Drake, have her take some lessons from Judy. Yeah, I've never... Porn stars. Oh, shit, corn. Yes, damn it. Hot chiss. Corn. Yeah, and you made me say it, Drake. Those were the days. Now, I have some pretty cool days myself. I can show them your new truck. Does this turn you on, baby? Check out my 4x4. Yeah, and you made me say it. Now, there is someone for everyone, Drake. Don't let our friends make you have a complex that no corn star might not find you attractive. Now, attractions is in the bahas, in the eyes of the beholder. And they come, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Success, but yes, practice makes perfect. And Cindy used the corn club as ways to learn. Now, Cindy, you ain't the only person. Because when you fall in love young, right, you gotta learn somehow. Yeah, Drake, Zelda, that's true. Drake, don't be going in with the girlfriend and flipping over, throwing her leg, every which way. Just because you watching that shit doesn't mean you reenact that shit. I'm saving you an argument. You're welcome. Who are in the industry have daddy issues. Yes. Or they've been burned a lot. For the local 4-H. Abby, that depends what floats your boat. Now, over here, the 4-H club is not my type of boat floating. You know what I mean? Hope all's well with the Dan Adult Daycare Center for people. Aw, hi Jay. It gets better with time. Who said that? Kate! What? It got better with time. That girl. Time has stopped for me. Now, we had some crazy ass days back in the day, right? Crazy corn type, episodes. The back door Let me tell you a little bit about that. That is a weird topic. Not weird, but it is an anomaly, right? The back door. Some say it provides some of life's biggest ecstasies, right? I think at 56, Dan would still be flipping and flopping and doing shit that he sees, and I'm like, I'm 56. I'm 50, fuck. I can't move like that. My hips are tight. My hamstrings are tighter. My calves cramp. No, you can't do that shit. So, no, I'm dead to the world. He slowed. I'm still waiting for Dan to slow. That guy could go. He's like the Energizer Bunny. That fucker won't stop. But the back door, it's exhaust. Not intake. I could count on the fingers one hand, how many times we have visited it. And a couple of those times, it was just experimental and not really pleasurable. Now, none of that experimenting was done without intake of something, you know what I mean? Whenever we frolicked, it was always a inebriation type of event where you relax a little bit and able to it's not something I'm like, hey baby, let's go. No. So anyhow, you do what you do, you experiment, especially when you've been together for so long. You gotta no. Joanne, abort the mission. Dan and I do not engage in any funny business. Just happened 3 times, that's it. I promise you. I don't know if I'd be receptive to that process anymore. I don't know. So, shitballs. Is 60, doesn't look like he is for sure. He wouldn't like it every day. Not me, thanks to menopause. So yeah, Dan would have it. My guess, I'm gonna say 2 times. 2 times a day would be Dan's happy place. Well, I don't think one's enough. Vegas, start thinking April. Vegas is in April. Remember, TikTok, tapping is clapping. You guys, I've been on for 21 minutes and there's only 1,000 likes. I know y'all can do better. YouTube, you guys suck. Anywho, so, you're receptive, says the squirter. I'm receptive to anything that makes me squirt again. Anyhow. I see, would be cranky after, yeah, Dan's cranky all the time. I think we're, Jenny, you should change your name to the squirter. Oh, you are, maybe you can get married in Vegas. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Oh, shit. Just tell me it's in there. What's in there? You're deceptive. Laura, I missed something. 33 minutes down. Get it, Gen X. The squirter. You did, Jade? In Vegas? When we do, Dan smiles. He has a little skip in his step. Y'all, it's been a couple of weeks. Your girl has been not well down below. So, it's been tough for me. I don't want to swing from the chandeliers. I say that all the time. I don't need to go to the playground. You know, if you need it, let's get it. right now I'm not happy down there. So I don't want to be frolicked. I don't want to be poked. I don't want to be swinging. Just get it done for you. That's the kind of wife I am. For you, honey. And he's like, forget it. Yeah, forget it. Months planning, so it wasn't impromptu. But that's pretty cool. If you know what I mean. Yes. Every time we go on vacation, Dan's like, yes, let's do it. We had a really good Mexico trip. So, you know, in all the ways. In all the ways. For Dan, anyway. I just was happy to be with my family. I don't, you know, for me, you just lend a hand. See, you know, I'm going to tell you something. I'm not that generous. I'm not that generous. And because I'm just not well, you know? So I spend all day long caring for people. Hi, Gigi. Looking after people, cleaning up after people, trying to keep up the house. You know, all these things that by the time I hit the bed, I'm thinking, where's my help, right? Where's my foot massage? Where's my thing? So lending a hand sometimes is difficult because by the time I'm in bed, I'm hurting. And my cramps and everything they've been ebbing and flowing for the last like 2.5, 3 weeks. So it's horrible. So it's not what I'm thinking of. I barely can tickle him because I'm just like, how can you think about pleasure for somebody else when you're just not feeling 100%, you know? So I don't know. Maybe if Dan made an effort to lend a hand, he would get one in return. Yeah, I don't know. I love you, Chiss. Have a good night or work day, whatever it is now. I gotta pee again. So, you know, I'm tired, you guys. Hire a caregiver. If you're not well, hire a caregiver for Grandpa. Jerry, that's stupid. Jenny Tran, I love it. That's just stupid, Jerry Garcia. You know, you obviously haven't been here for a long time. That is hilarious. Do people know who you are? Night Chiss. Yeah, I'm just tired. So I pop another, that's the thing, Jerry Garcia. As she takes it when I'm done. Well, that's the thing. You see, Brad, why does it always have to be double standard? Yeah, I think you have to keep that now for, I think you have to keep that for 7 days. So change your picture so people don't know it's you. And then for 7 days, I think you keep that for 7 days. Jerry Garcia, and the reason why it's ignorant is because that's what workman's compensation. That's what yeah, I think you have to keep it for 7 days. Yeah, not only does Grandpa just want to be with family, but caregivers work when they're sick, when they're depressed, when they're not well, when they're struggling, when they're broke, when they're just not happy. It's not like divorce, you know? It's not like you can just be like, oh, I'm so pissed at my husband leaving a mess in the kitchen. I'm filing for divorce on the grounds of the fucking Kitchen Chronicles. Could you imagine? So let's hire a nurse because I'm feeling crappy. My insides are turning, they're twisting, they're dying, but I need a nurse. And Grandpa, first of all, you think would take word from anybody he doesn't know? Come on. Shit. Let's see. Right before I stopped my period, I gushed to the point I would bleed. Yes. My mom did that, Sandy, before she died, before she got sick, or she was sick, we just didn't know it yet, and she had endometriosis. Yeah. There's no easy solutions for anything. Nope. Marriage. I mean, yeah, I guess you could get a divorce. So many people do it. They don't fight for their right to love. Did you even love somebody if you divorced that quickly? Now, I've been with my husband for married 27 years. Here's the thing. Is it always happy? Nope. Are we always irritated? Probably. You just don't. I know. Now I'm like, Tony, I'm like, Jenny, you have to keep that for 7 days. Anyhow, there are good moments. It ebbs and flows like with any relationship. There's no perfection in anything. There's no such thing as perfection. Maybe a picture, right, that you can airbrush. You can airbrush a perfect specimen of a human, but that's not real, you guys. When I was going through Jet, I feel like shit all the time. I gotta pee again. Everybody's, excuse in this world is to not try to fix a problem by either getting rid of the problem or hiring to save it. Give me a minute. The appointments today, or appointments this afternoon, I've been so stressed about that. Give me a minute. So, little miss, I've been, sleeping. I mean, I've been sleeping for the most part because I took another gummy last night. Shit. Good save. I took another gummy and it was like probably a little bit more than half before bed. And I just slept so peaceful. Shit. So yeah, anyhow. I had too much estrogen compared to progesterone. So much unbalance, Judy, is in my body right now. So much. So yeah, Grandpa has not gone over to Mark's every other day or every couple days for almost a year now. Or a year, you guys. That's crazy. So my goal, Mike, is to have a lot of the shirts. We get shirts, so many shirts. So we just can't possibly wear all of them. So I'm trying to do my ceiling, but I failed. I didn't have a staple gun. Now I do. Now I just have to figure it out. Even if you don't dream, I dream. I am still drinking coffee. Hey Sam, how you feeling, girl? You were achy last night. I don't remember any dreams last night because I had taken probably all day. I mean, from before the live, I took a 5 at like 3:30, and then I took a little bit over a 5 at like 7:30. And I slept. I was in a deep sleep. Shit, that was amazing. I just passed out. Yeah, but the night before, I think maybe you'd be right a little bit. I think the night before, I don't always take one right before bed, but I think you're right. Just like 5. I know. Look at me now. Chris Brown. So I don't always take one before bed, but I did last night. So does anybody shave their, no, my arms? Hell no. Yeah, I just started. Yeah, so the one I took before bed was more than half. I mean, that's going up in the world. Pretty soon, I'll be taking a 10. I'm still scared. I'm still scared. But my eating kills it, so it's not fun. You have dreams of turtles? Because that's all you watch is turtles. TikTok, come on, tap, 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 tap. Y'all sucking with the tapping. I lost connection. I lost connection. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't shave my arms. I wouldn't shave my arms. What's a noob? A knob or a noob? What's a... I don't know why. What's a noob? A newbie. Is that what it is? Fuck. Is that a newbie? I know TikTok is frozen. I'm trying to... Oh, you know why? My Wi-Fi's off. Duh. Okay. Okay, sorry. Sorry. I was frozen. My Wi-Fi was off. New to the game. Yeah, I'm a newbie. But I'm going up. Aren't you guys proud of me? Yeah, I wouldn't shave your arms at all, Sandy. I mean, a lot of women do. Sorry, my Wi-Fi was off. Hi, Unky. I wouldn't do it. Hi, Gracie. Newbie, isn't it? No, I know, I am. I am. I mean, 100%. I'm loving every minute of it. But it doesn't, it's weird, like, I just feel so just zen, you know? It doesn't do anything else for me than feel zen. Like at the beginning, I felt a little like, whoa, vertigo-ish. Now that's gone. So I probably could go up a little bit more. Have I seen the new Barbie movie? No, haven't. So last night I was a little nervous to take more than a half, but I think when you're looking for a little bit more, I should do that, right? God, I feel like such a gardener. Shit. Yes, okay, so Sandy, I've noticed more fluttering in my heart at night. Does anybody get the extra flutters? Sometimes I do feel like heartburn, and sometimes I feel like flutters. So is that bad? Should I abort the mission? I don't know. Is this normal? God, it kind of scares me. He has his first colonoscopy. Oh shit, Judy, run. It does happen. It's normal. Shit. A lot of people over here, Christine, are saying it is. I do write it. I was paranoid at first, but now I'm like, okay, it's normally when I lay down. It's normally when I lay down. Yes, I'd be scared though, Drake. So, yeah. I'm saying don't abort. Oh. Okay. So it's only when I lay down. Bye, Janet. Love ya. It's because we're old. Is it because we're too relaxed? And it's taking that away. It's only when I lay down. It doesn't happen during the day, like earlier in the night. Just happens when I lay down at night. That's why I was like, is that normal? So anywho, weird. Yeah, but it's weird. Hey, Doc. So I take some gummies gardening, and when I lay down at night, I get like flubblies. How's it take? Oh, a leaky valve. Yeah, but it's only after I eat a garden gummy. It has nothing to do with anything else. Only when I do that, and it doesn't happen all the time. So, anywho, so I have a little funny this morning. Sometimes I like to rub it in with Dan. So every morning, it doesn't happen when I'm doing this, you guys. It's when I'm like super relaxed. My body's like, anyhow. Yeah, not a nerd gummy. So this morning, you know, Dan wakes up every morning. Pop, it's your son. Well, where's my brother? I don't know. Yeah, it just, but it only flutters when I lay down. Only when I take one before bed. So it's weird. Anywho, you know, Pop, it's me, your son, my real son. Yes, Pop, I'm your real son. Part of the family? Yes. Well, where's Mark? Dad, I'm your son. You live with your favorite son, Dan. So then I walked in and he kind of sees me from the corner of his eye as Dan's trying to convince him. I say, hi, Ed. He said, hi, Danielle. And Dan is like, he questions Dan, but he barely sees me, hears my voice, and says, hi, Danielle, how are you today? Dan just walks away. So it's amazing to me. You know, it just I'm still on that. How does he remember me? The only person, his non-blood child, he remembers me as a little kid. Doesn't remember his kids. Not even Josh, who was the last one, and you would think he would remember, right? It's the craziest fucking shit ever. Craziest fucking shit ever. So it always just baffles me, you know, why that stays within his mind, but his own kids don't. So sometimes I like to rub it into Dan. Makes me giggle. So that was the funny this morning. As far as today, I have to talk to Christy for my book. We haven't done the book thing in a while since last week, so we got to do some talking about that. Does Ed ever question Mark? I don't think so. No. Maybe Brady. I'm not sure. Eating a gummy thing is candy. Oh God. Yeah. No, Drake. I have him high. I have him high in the sky. Yeah. So I'm writing my book. So Christy's my author, my writer. So we try to meet up over the phone a couple times a week. So it's our couple times a week. I'm spiteful. Oh, here's R.A.A. Sheldon. Yeah, he seen you from the corner of his eye and thought, oh Lord, here she comes. Damn it. Kim, I was reading it. Ugh. Basically, because I was spiteful and I'm a mean person. And that's why Ed remembers me. Oh, Lord. People in their theories of how they think they know better than, you know, because I'm spiteful and I'm mean. So that's why he remembers me. Doesn't seem pretty logical. You want your book signed. It doesn't make sense. Hakuna Matata. I vote for, yeah, don't be a mean. People are so jealous. So here's what's funny. One of my friends, we were, I know, but I was reading it. I was having fun with it. Theories. So me and a couple of the Zoomies are watching The Real Housewives, I call it, of the Mormon Hood, right? And so we were trying to figure out some early on stuff that we didn't remember, right? Or we didn't know. And so one of my friends on the Zoom went on Reddit, and we were reading what the theories were, right? So I was laughing, and I said, now, disclaimer, it is Reddit. So those are them people who think they have all the answers, but them people really don't, you know? So we were giggling about it and going back and forth about the disclaimer and all that stuff. So I was like, you know, just kind of like my Reddit fan base, you know? My Reddit fan base. So then one of them meandered over to mine. And we were having a giggle with the things that people say. You know, all these know-it-all ninnies thinking that they know me, you know, they're bagging on me and calling me narcissistic, spiteful, angry, mean, abusive person, and how they feel sorry for Dan. And how Dan is the only great person taking care of his father, and if it wasn't for Dan, Ed probably wouldn't be, you know, as healthy as he is today. So I giggled at that because people don't see that when they love Dan so much, right? And then they're bagging on his wife. Number one, if Dan thought I was any of those things, right, would he be married to me? So really what you're doing is a bass-ackwards, disrespectful commentary towards Dan, right? And they don't understand that. Because, number one, if I was all those things you think I am, and you love Dan so much, why would you think Dan would still be with a woman who is narcissistic, spiteful, mean, abusive, angry, hateful, a bitch? Does that make sense? Does that make sense why my husband would be with me? You know what I mean? No. You guys think, right, what they're saying, that's what they're saying. They said, Danielle's a bitch. What the fuck? I feel sorry for Dan. Now, you think Dan allows all those things? Do you think we would be together if I was all those things? You know, I don't understand how they think, and their mentality is that way when they bash on me. Really, they're bashing on Dan. They love Dan so much, but they can't see that they're actually disrespecting him. Because in other words, you're allowing, or you think Dan is allowing me to abuse Ed. Because I've gaslighted him for years. Oh, yes. I've gaslighted Dan for years. You're right, Maggie and Eddie. How did you know that? So you're saying basically Dan is stupid and ignorant. Is basically what you're calling Dan. The person you like so much, you're basically calling Dan an idiot because he's been gaslighted. Yes. And also, makes sense, Maggie. Thanks for the view. It also says, if it wasn't for Dan's money, she married Dan because he was rich. Little backstory behind that is I put Dan through law school. I worked, right? I paid for, absolutely you are abusing Ed. Reba, get the fuck out of here. Report, dangerous, let's see, hate speech, yep, submit. I don't put up, now that's the shit that I don't put up with. Linda, you can go too, girl. I don't give a shit. You guys are fucking delusional, is what you are. How do I can't. They changed everything on there. They don't listen. You know, they're still, so one idiot was like, oh, because you gaslight Dan, so you're calling Dan stupid. And she said, yes. Yeah. Oh, Cam, you think, yeah, my kids look so horrible, right? It's interesting. So they also said, you know, I married Dan for his money and his dad's money. Number one, Ed retired super early.
Number two, my husband was an attorney. And we are worth more than Ed. Yeah, a lot more because of Dan's job, which I didn't think, right? Because who knew we were gonna make money? We don't. It just happens. Dan is not my cash cow. We were together a lot longer before we knew he was going to law school. So shame on you guys for being so hateful and jealous. Yeah, what money? We had no money when we moved out. I worked for $4.25 an hour at a daycare center, was taking 18 units a semester, going to college. Dan was going to law school full time, and we got our parents, his parents paid for our rent, and I paid for everything else. So yeah, I married Dan for his money. Moved into this, the family said it was because of money. Grandpa didn't want to live in their houses. Two people are crazy, they are crazy. And they say, poor Dan. Poor Dan, as like he is incapable of choosing to be with somebody who's vicious like me. When they bring up my kids, oh, they're gone too. You know how many comments I've deleted when people, they go after kids, 20-year-olds, like my son. And it's like, no. Come after me all the fuck you want. But the minute you start attacking my kids, you are a POS. A POS. Good morning, Beach Man, how are you? Yeah, and it's really sad that people derive all these hateful things about people, right? I don't give a shit if it's about me, but they do to other people. And that's what's really sad. That's what's really sad, is that their minds are so fucked up that they have to create their own narrative in their head to make themselves look better. Yeah, 315. I think I made 3 something first, and I got a big raise of like 425, and I thought I was like making the money, you know? So it's really sad. In the trench of life, yes. Getting my walk in. Good for you, Peach Man. No, it's totally a reflection of them, not me. I know it's not me. I know I'm not a narcissist. I know I'm not spiteful. I mean, I can be, right? Who isn't spiteful at times? Who doesn't have, yeah, shit, 798 daycare with the bachelors. And who isn't a narcissist? We all have narcissistic tendencies. Duh, no shit. But am I abusive? Abso-fucking-lutely not. And it's shame on people for actually writing those words with somebody you have no idea about. That really hurts to my core. That's a trigger for me. When I see abuse and people actually convince themselves that that's what I do, it's disgusting. And it's vengeful. And talk about spiteful. Talk about all the things, bye Sam, love ya. Talk about all the things you accuse me of. You are doing the exact very thing to a grown-ass person. So let's reflect on your ugliness, not mine. Because every day, my family gets taken care of. Every day, I take care of Ed, regardless of my mood, my demeanor, and the way I'm feeling. So you can all kiss my ass. No, I have 4 accounts, and they're all listed in my bio. Hello from Oregon, Aunt Jack, how are you? So yeah, it's just crazy, the downward slope that people believe. And what I'm saying is it's sad to Dan when I look at it ultimately. You guys, his big supporter, calling his wife all these things is actually, it's more hurtful to him, I think, than you are about me. Because you're saying he's a stupid, ignorant piece of shit who allows his wife to do whatever she wants. Stupid. But of course the ninnies won't see that, right? Because the ninnies believe that they are right. The ninnies are one-sided, they're closed-minded individuals who see nothing but their own rights in their head. Why do you have to be so nasty, the present, because he was your stepfather and father-in-law? Annie, when you troll, you have to be smarter than that, honey. He's come on. But you know what people say?
Well, he's scared of me. So that's why he says those things. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. Hi, Francis. How are you? Yeah. I mean, we're not wonderful, Deborah. We're not wonderful people. We're just people trying to do the best we can with life and what's been given to us. The Esper P. Thank you. Yeah, and it's not that I'm wonderful, you guys. I'm anybody. I'm just not mean and vindictive and hateful like the trolls on social media. You can't call somebody, spiteful, mean, narcissistic, looking for attention, abusive, and all those things when you can't take a look at yourself and look at what you're doing to that person. You are doing the very exact thing that you're accusing me of to Grandpa and Dan, right? So who's actually in the wrong here? Not me, because I'm none of those things, and I'm still doing my job while you're sitting behind the scenes being cowards. Yeah. Annie, what's your point, honey? Yes, he was my stepfather, and now he's my father-in-law. Yes, I married my stepbrother. And what is your purpose, honey? What is your purpose, Annie? What passive-aggressive behavior are you exhibiting today, Annie? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to say? I'm so confused, honey. Francis, this is the vibration plate from Morocco. It's on my TikTok shop. I'm not abusive. No, that's one thing I'm not. Never was to my kids, never was to my husband, never am to Ed. Present day, not was or is. I'm never. We got another KS. It's not natural. What's not natural, honey? I would love to hear what's not natural. I'm eating. That's okay, Mindy. Some of y'all need to press fast forward on your stream. What does that mean? It's the Shake Up baby machine. No, we ain't making babies. This shop inside is eternally closed. Yeah, and go to work on your own judgment. Marrying a stepbrother is not natural. Okay, yes, it's completely natural, honey. Are you living in a bubble that doesn't happen? I don't know why you don't think that doesn't happen, but it happens. Because when you intertwine households, things happen. So you keep on keeping with your ugly judgment. I'm not a troll. I just have questions because we felt bad with the way you treated Ed and talked. Annie, get the hell out of here. Annie, get the hell out of here. You are being a troll. And the fact that you can't acknowledge that is blasphemy, girl. Yeah. I work out every day. Yeah. So, yeah. Go, Annie, go. Ed is never treated bad. No, he's not treated bad. Doesn't she get you excited? No, it's not a sexual toy. Yeah, and these are the people, these are the trolls, Annie and KS, right, 1967. Well, and if KS is 1967, she's 56 years old. Yeah. So she's 56 years old, and she's on here badgering a woman who's 50, her younger, and she's just jealous of what I have and miserable with what she has. So that's okay. The judgment from others comes from their own misery and their jealousy. Yeah. So it's fine. You guys can keep, Andrew, you can keep, I treat him bad. I know. God, I'm so spiteful. Mm-hmm. You see from the vibe plate. It has helped my undercarriage. So Miss Chase, it's helped my bladder immensely. I don't tinkle. So I know, Andrew, I'm such a horrible person. I don't even know how Dan stays married to me. I know, God, it's God awful. What's the vibration supposed to do? It's supposed to help with circulation. It's supposed to help with lymphatic drainage. It's supposed to help with your core, right? And it helps with my bladder. I sell it on the TikTok shop. Yeah. Yeah. It's literally, I have not leaked on myself in over a month. Yeah. My stepbrother never thought about it being weird. Yeah, it's not weird. It's just people make it weird, and that's their ignorance, right? It is nothing to do with anything other than it's their problem, not mine. Yeah, you look at Vincenza. You can look in my TikTok shop. Just go Mrs. D. Salnorca or just Danielle Salinger TikTok shop, and that's the one that I love, right? It is natural. You changed your you cha- Jenny, I'm dying. And my mom dated my brother-in-law after my dad died. Yeah, I don't know. It's not. I swear, every time I see you now, I'm gonna giggle. Plantar fasciitis. God, Stacy, probably not. But yeah, there's a lot of benefits to this, and the bladder thing wasn't anything I even thought of, and then it just kind of happened, and it was like the best thing. Yeah, so this is a sushi place in town. Yeah, my pastor is on my friend list. That's why I said change your picture, because I think if you try to change your name, it might say you're stuck with it for 7 days. But check it. Oh, your hubby's taking you out for your birthday. That's nice. That's so funny. I'm dying. Shit. Yeah, so anyhow, yeah, it just, people are just always looking for drama. You know, it's so funny that they just have that desire because they hate so bad. So it's just, it makes me laugh because they're such hypocrites when they write the things they do, because they can't see that they're doing the very exact thing that they're accusing me of. But they have no knowledge, but yet they just come on and pick apart people randomly because they know better. Yeah. What brand are your shorts? These are old. You won't be able to find these. These are Lululemon, old Lululemon. Like, I'm talking probably within the last, 8 years old. Yeah. How long was Ed married to my mom? Until she died. Yeah, until she died. So yeah, I mean, he was married to my mom. How do you think Dan and I met? That's how we met. Yeah, they probably would have still married today had she not died, but she did. So they're not married anymore. So yes, she's the one who passed away. Yeah, it literally, everything was easier because once Josh was born, right? Josh was born, and Aaron was born. Aaron is Carrie's oldest. It was like the family started, coming together. So holidays were together, Thanksgivings were together because Josh and Aaron were really close. They grew up together. So it made things much easier. So I really technically wasn't around the family until I was like 10-ish, 10, 11. And that's because I was like 10 and a half years. I think I'm 10 and a half years older than Josh. So yeah, literally, the family really didn't know us. I mean, Ed just kind of did it, and they got married, and nobody really knew. And there you have it, And then once the kids were born, then it was the family got together a little bit more. You've missed it, Deborah. Yeah. Elizabeth, I know you don't think I should respond to negative comments, but what I call that is enlightening. Because when people throw ugliness towards me, I have boundaries. And I'm showing them that they're hypocrites and that they are completely wrong in their ugly assessments. So I know a lot of people don't want me to respond, but I will still respond because it's my channel. And it's because I am now a strong ass bitch. And before, I'm going to tell you something. I used to sit back and allow people to talk to me any which way they wanted to. And I was weak. I was insecure. And I didn't have the strength to tell people how I really feel. Today at 50, I don't give a fuck. And on this social media realm, guess what? It's ugly, and I'm not gonna allow people who continuously watch me, right? Who continuously watch me to gather information, use that information against me, or just make their own false accusations against me, and for me to sit back and not respond. That's not me. And if you don't like that, you don't have to, right? You don't have to. I don't come in to watch you, I come in to see Grandpa. Well, Annie, here you are again. You would know if you've been around here enough, Annie, that Grandpa's never on in the morning time. And if you follow my accounts to see Grandpa, then you must get through to me first. And if you're going to be nasty to me, you will not have access to my accounts. It's plain and simple. Anybody who's nasty to me goes. You can hang out with my husband and you can follow his account, but you will not follow mine. Thanks, blessed. Yeah. And that's the thing is people, and that's why I respond to trolls. Because why would I allow people to come on and be ugly to me just so they can see Grandpa? Not the way I play. Not the way I play. So just for that. Oh, I don't even care. Annie can follow me on this account because Grandpa's not on it. So there you have it, Annie. You can stay here only because Grandpa's not on this account. But if I see you on the other accounts being ugly, you'll be gone. Yeah. So my best interest is that, oh, girl, you're a tough girl, aren't you? Annie, oh, you're a tough girl, aren't you? They're a tough guy. I don't know who you're trying to be a guy. Oh, God. Does anybody want to write down her information? Anybody? Do I have a mod on here? Give me her information and write it down. And you guys can report her too. You can report her just for being ugly. Yeah. Do any of them think Ed would appreciate them being this mean to me? Hell no. I'm Ed's person, so why would he appreciate that? Yeah, send it to me because I want to make sure that I want to make sure she's blocked from my other accounts. No shit, incensed on me. I'm not stupid. I've been around this game for a long time. Most of these trolls that come back with 0 followers and no and no pictures are obviously troll accounts. I mean, I'm not born yesterday. But she will speak up. Thank you, Tony. She will speak up again because trolls like her who have multiple, she's probably been on my accounts before and has been blocked. And so trolls like that who make up more accounts, they can't stay away. No, because they can't keep their mouth shut. So I'll keep on, thank you guys. I'll just keep on blocking, especially people who are disrespectful to me and to my face. There is not enough money in the world to compensate me for what I do for Ed. Absolutely not. There's not enough money. And from a lot of the people who think that I'm waiting to cash in on Ed's money, yeah. Hello in Nairobi. How are you today? Yeah, I mean, Ed is very happy here, you guys. I mean, he's very happy. He's content. He has a life, he's on land. He's in a great environment, lots of animals. He's got me and Dan. He's got his grandkids in and out of the house. He's got, he's cared for, it's like he's chauffeured around every day. He is a happy camper. I mean, and he's happy despite his dementia. Oh. Hi, sensitive Sally. Hi from Southern Mill. How long have you been using the shaky plate? For almost 2 months now, I think. For almost 2 months. And it's helped a lot. I can tell you that. What am I doing? It helps a lot. My bladder specifically. So I get help from my bladder. Therefore, it is amazing for $100. He gets fed all day. Yeah, I made a cute little, you'll see this video at some point, Patreon, or I don't know. It depends on what I do. Depends on what I do with it. If I run low on, because sometimes you guys, I'm so busy, I don't get in a lot of content. Like this morning, what you got this morning was me at 4:30 in the morning getting up. Hey G, you got me waking up, and I thought, okay, I need a video. Do I have videos? Do I have anything? And I thought, well, some of you have been asking, they wanted to see him at the gate. So I thought this was like the best way to do it, because I finally caught him. He wasn't angry. He was a little frustrated, of course, and you saw it this morning. But yeah, I made him a cute little plate yesterday because we took a shower, and he gets really confused with time. He's sundowning and everything. So I made him a little snack plate, and he devoured it. I put a little string cheese in it. I put some nuts, and I put apples. There's a lot of people, for some reason, that call me the food Nazi, right? You don't understand. A lot of times you see Ed asking for snacks, right? Well, what you're not keeping in mind is that he already had a snack, and I'm not going to give him any more snacks before dinner, especially when it's that close to dinner. So it's just an example that he gets snacks before dinner. And just sometimes you have to keep in mind, stop assuming I don't feed him or give him snacks. Somebody said the other day, well, he just wants a snack before dinner. What's wrong with that? He eats a snack before dinner. Sometimes it's a plum, sometimes it's an apple, sometimes it's a banana, sometimes it's a little bowl of chips. And they keep cursing you out that you only give him salad. Yeah. Well, and that, he asks for food all the time, and they act like I don't feed him. He forgets, right? He has dementia. He has short-term memory loss. Those are the things that impact. There's no connectors to the brain and the stomach anymore. So why not unlimited snacks? Because why would I feed him unlimited snacks when he doesn't remember he ate and he could get sick? It doesn't work like that here. And it's not healthy for them, number one. And snacks aren't nutritious all the time, right? Snacks aren't nutritious all the time. And you can't just feed him every time he thinks he's hungry, especially if it's been 10, 15 minutes. When you don't understand the concepts behind, yes, he doesn't feel full ever. A year ago, right? A year ago, he felt full. Dan would say, Dad, do you feel hungry? Feel your stomach. And he would feel his stomach, and he would say, no, not really. Okay, sit down. So he looks at the clock, right? And he's very routine oriented. So he thinks, or gets confused and thinks he hasn't eaten all day long, right? He thinks, and that's the thing. And they gain weight. You don't want a man who's 92, who's barely walking, right? Who's barely walking, to gain any more weight than he already has. I'm already going to have to buy him new jeans. He can't fit into, he tried to put on I found him the other day because it looks like, to him, he sees this weather and he thinks, oh, it's cold outside, it's going to rain, No. And he was laying down, on the bed. And he was trying like a woman, trying, how we used to lay down on the bed. Now at our age, we're just like, fuck this piece of shit jeans, but he was literally laying on the bed trying to put up his pants and buttoning them. I guess those aren't going to be used this winter. I came in and he was literally on the bed laying down, trying to button up his pants and get them up. And I said, please, Ed, take those off. They don't fit you. He's like, is that what it is? I just couldn't figure out why I couldn't get them on. And the funny thing is I have a memory of my aunt doing the same thing when she was like her early 20s, and you just have to kind of put everything up. And yeah, so I giggled. I was like, well, so much for those. Those will go in the donation pile. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. I don't think he's diabetic. He doesn't have any other symptoms. Someone that started vibration plate now is having period. I don't know, Stormy. I don't think so. Yeah, it was a cute moment. I almost wish I had that on film because that's something that I would love to have had, right? No, and Diane, and that's the thing. I'm crabby. I can be crabby all day long. Bye, Sherry. I can be crabby all day long. It just depends on my moods. It depends on my stress level. It depends on my husband, right? Because we can interact. We can incite crabbiness in each other, and then it's going to affect how we treat Grandpa. It's common sense, right? It's not perfect, but at the end of the day, right? Given the crabbiness and given the frustrations that we have all day, don't you think that he's better here? Yes, he is. And he wouldn't want to be any other place because this is what he's used to. You people don't realize that I have communicated the same way I have with him my whole life. Ed and I have had this relationship, whatever you see, right? Whatever you see. I've communicated with Ed. Why don't you think he responds any differently? If he thought I was being mean, and here's something for you to think about. Here's something for you to think about. When Ed thinks I'm being mean, he turns back on me and he gets nasty with me. Just so you know. So when you see him saying, oh, okay, thank you, Danielle, that's not because he's scared. No, it's because that's normal communication with us. Now, if you see him ever in a situation with me, and I'm not happy and I'm frustrated and I get a little snarky with him, he will turn around and be snarky with me back. That's one thing you can always guarantee and bet your bottom dollar that he's going to do with me when he thinks I'm cranky with him. He does it all the time. Oh, Danielle, you're not going to talk to me? It's like the old days. Those things, remember, those things kick up. Those things, it's like rote memory, right? He remembers the way, right? When he's triggered, I'm triggered, those things, that he reverts back to the olden days. But in the times that you think I'm being an ass, I'm not. I'm just firm, I'm loud, and I'm direct. Because you have to be. And certain times in the day, you have to not have explanation. Sometimes when he's asking for the explanation, yes, you give it to him. But the other times he's not, or we've done it 5 times already, then we go to short, direct answers because that's how he handles it and that's how he processes. He's still a person. Let's be, I don't know, would y'all not act that way? I don't know, Maya, what you're saying. Judgment, Ed is the best place he could be. Yeah, yeah. And he wouldn't care. He understands it, right? He understands our relationship. So, she's gonna carry, yeah. People who, or they come in. Oh, for real. Yeah, I'm old. I don't remember that. He's happy. Yeah. It's all normal, Lori. It's all normal. And don't let people make you feel like you aren't normal or your situation isn't normal, because this is a fucking hard situation. This is harder than having a newborn. Honestly, this is harder than having a newborn. This is harder than having a toddler. Somebody said that the other day. They said, it's almost like, because they saw him at the gate, and they said it's almost like having a toddler. It's worse because a fall can kill him in an instant. right, can break a hip and land him in a hospital away from his family, and he would die. He would die. So it's worse because his walking's getting worse. He's already fallen twice with Dan, right? Only in the bathroom. And you should see his arms, like they're just bruised up, and it looks god darn ugly. He is where he needs to be. Even when I'm frustrated, even when I'm want it, he's still here. He's still here. Because I allowed it to be, number one. So you can't turn this shit on me. Number one, I'm the one who allowed him to be here. And Dan said that the other night. If it wasn't for me, he wouldn't be here. Yeah, allowed. That's right. I said allowed. Do you have a problem with my allow? Yeah. I allowed him to be here because it was up to me. So you guys, I'm heartless. Oh, okay. I'm heartless because he's here and he's been here for 3 years. Yes, that describes a heartless person. Yeah. Did you know that, you guys? I'm heartless because I said aloud. Yeah, it's hard, Christine. When you're on a live, how do you safeguard him from a fall? Very easy. He sits in the morning time. He sits in the morning time. It has nothing to do with dominance. You guys get out of your fucking heads. It has nothing to do with dominance. It has the fact that it's not easy. It's a fucking sacrifice to take somebody in. Dan would have done it in a heartbeat, but we're a team. We're a team. So yes, because it wasn't something that was very easy for me to do based on the history that Ed and I have, yes, it was an allow. Yeah, it was an allow. And let me tell you, after that allowance, for 3 months, I left the house probably 4 to 5 times barefoot, crying, with no wallet, no nothing, anything else, because I couldn't do it. I did it for my husband. Oh, Michelle Moore says, yeah, I'm heartless. Yeah, I'm so heartless, you guys. I'm so heartless. Yeah. No, it's called selfless, not heartless, because he's here and I wash him. I bathe him. I clip him. I shave him. I put deodorant on him. I try to match his clothes, unlike Dan. What else do I do for him? I feed him. Yeah, I feed him. That's what you call heartless? I guess our definitions of heartless are completely different. Yeah. Yeah. And any things I should know right now? Victoria, it's hard. It's hard. Treat your house like you have a toddler running around. Make sure you don't have rugs they can trip on. Make sure that, they can be safe in the room. Take out a lot of furniture just for falls. Stuff like that. Like, you have to really protect things. You have to lock things up. You have to keep your kitchen safe, because I don't know what your father's like. All those things for safety, because Ed doesn't, now we locked him in at night, so he can't get out into the house. But, sometimes if nobody's out, he'll go and try to cut something and cut himself all the time because his fingers don't work, all that well. Apartment is trying not to get frustrated. Christine, you're going to get frustrated. Don't try not to get frustrated. I think you're going to get frustrated just trying not to get frustrated, because it's impossible. There is no point in time throughout the day that I'm not frustrated. I mean, and you have to understand and accept that. You have to understand and accept that. Frustration is part of the game. Do you get frustrated with a partner? If you're married, don't you get frustrated with your husband? If you have kids, don't you get frustrated with your kids, right? If you're frustrated with your kids, I get frustrated with friends. You get frustrated. It's normal. It's going to happen every day. Don't beat yourself up for it. Even if you yell, don't beat yourself up for it, because you know what? They would understand and they would still appreciate you in all your worst glory, because they're still there. Yeah. And I just want you to remember, yes, and remember to high five yourself daily, because every day it's Groundhog's Day. Every day you wake up and you think, fuck, here we go again. What does today hold? Right. And I'm dealing with multiple personalities in my house, right? I have to keep myself sane. I have to get my shit accomplished and make sure bills are paid on time and we have enough groceries, or, Andrew's this, Andrew's that. He's got a dentist appointment on Friday to get his crown, and, all this. And Jennifer has an appointment and all this stuff. And I have all these things that are on my mind, and that stresses me out. Andrew sees Jennifer's thing, and, what? And then I have to be patient for everybody. No, let me tell you something. Dan is not patient with me when he doesn't get, what? He's not patient. He loses patience with me all day long because he's mad at me because he's not having closeness. It's fucking life, right? It's fucking life. My biggest thing is I have to convince my 16-year-old to move across the country, and that's not fair. It's hard. Yeah. And people asking, about his other siblings. Why are you asking about the other siblings? You see what you see for a reason. People drive me nuts. Well, what about the other kids? What do they do? Does it matter? Does it matter what they do? Does it matter where they are? Are they here? Do you see them in videos? And why is that? Because we are doing it. Don't worry about the other people. I'm like, what is people's fascination with the family? Sandy here. Don't listen to those who say bad things about you. Heartless is putting edit. Yeah, I don't. I don't take, Sandy, the only people who can penetrate my soul are my family and my close friends. The people who I don't know on social media, the trolls, no. I just have fun with them. I try to, no, don't come. You put your life out there. I hate that. That's one of the top phrases that I hate. No, you right. I put my life out there for people who want to follow me and people who want support. I don't put my life out there to get ripped apart to shreds and have people spread nasty lies and hate. That is a fucking piece of shit response to social media creators. It's not any validation to be mean to people. Just because we put our lives out there does not make it valid for people to be asshats. Plain and simple. And because if that's your mentality, that shows you how one-sided you really are. Stop it. You all have a choice, right? You all have a choice. You have a choice to watch people you enjoy, or you have a choice to not. It doesn't mean because we choose to be here that we set ourselves up for the hate and the ugliness of the world. That's not why we do it. We do it for coping. We do it for connections. We do it for helping others. We do it because it's a way of expression. Stop giving yourself the validation that it's okay to be ugly to people you don't like. You don't even know them. And yet you're going to make an assumption and judgment about them. That's ugly. That's ugly. This is sacrifice. Yeah, this is sacrifice. When I said, allowed him to live here, we weren't going to take him in unless I was in 100% agreement. And I was still not 100% sure, but I did it because I saw how important that was to my husband. And I'm being called heartless. I don't think that's heartless at all. I don't think that's heartless at all. I think that's a reasonable word, because you know what I have to give up. Do you know what I give up every day of my life? I've lost friends over it because people don't understand why I can't always be there, right? They stop inviting me places because it doesn't always line up. I've lost friends because they don't take the time to understand. Now, were they really friends at all? I don't know, right? No, not heartless. Oh, Kurt, look, ladies. Look, ladies, it's Kurt Roberts. No, not heartless, narcissistic for sure. Yes, that's narcissistic, Kurt. You are so off the line. I've never seen you in my life before, let alone comment, Kurt. How nice of you to join us today. Kurt calls me narcissistic all the time. Yeah. A narcissistic person, Kurt, is you. A narcissistic person doesn't sacrifice their life to take others in. Yes, I'm a caregiver too. It's not just you out there. There are many of us out here. Well, no shit. Who's saying that I'm the only caregiver? Okay. Who's saying I'm the only caregiver? I'm just saying that, I'm saying that I'm the only caregiver. Ugh, you guys are just, what is it with you guys? Ninnies, I swear they're out in full force. Seriously, I don't know. Kurt's always on my Mrs. D-Cell 3 page calling me a narcissist, always. And I just let him go because people just sit and I used him as an example one day. And then sporadically he just took down all of his ugliness because obviously people were just, he couldn't handle the truth, right? He likes to spew it, but the minute that people start firing back at him, Kurt gets his tail between his legs and runs away. So anyhow, and took care of my husband for 8 years until he passed. What are some of the things, Grandpa, forgetting how to get home, taking a walk around his community and not knowing where his house is. No, Kathy, these are old Lululemon shorts. Sending you a hug even though you're together. Thanks. There definitely was a full moon last night. Yeah. And all you haters out there, because there's 364 people's watching, so a lot of them are going to be the ugly trolls that sit in the back, the cowards, who would never say those things to your face. Ed remembers me. Ed remembers me only, right? He remembers me when he's fighting with Dan, that he's Dan's dad. He remembers me when I was a little kid, doesn't remember his kids that. Thanks me every day, shows me his appreciation and says, Danielle, I really do appreciate everything you do for me, right? But that might happen because he's scared of me, right? Makes sense. Yep, makes sense. Makes sense because I'm the bad person. Yeah, I totally see that. Totally makes sense. Yeah, it's weird, Linda. I still can't get over that. However, he's, always, in those lives like last night, and he said, I remember you when you were a little kid. He never says that to his kids. None of them. None of them. And I wish what he remembered of me, he did that to Josh, because I think it really bothers Josh. And that hurts me. That hurts me for Josh, And Josh is not around all the time, right? I go to them because, they're busy with kids and sports. And when Josh is here, it hurts him because he's not around it all the time. Your dad doesn't remember you, but he remembers me, And that's hurtful for a lot of people. How does Dan or Josh feel? Dan, it's a joke now between Dan and I. Dan is, it sucks, but I make it a joke. I'll walk in, hi Ed, hey Danielle. How are you doing? Dan's like, Dad, I am your son. I don't know what it is. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know why I'm the chosen one, you know? Does it have something to do with my mom? Does it have something to do maybe in his mind with Josh and our childhood, my childhood with them? Maybe. Like, he's so obsessed with Mark and his needs and Bill and his needs because they were needy people, right, in their own way. And maybe that's why he remembers me, right? Because we didn't have the best relationship. And maybe that's why he remembers, because I mean, who knows? I mean, the fucking mind is crazy. I know it does hurt. And Emily, Kelly, there was a moment, like the other week when he did not remember me. And I was like, oh my God, you know, I wanted to shake him and be like, what? So I know it's going to be really hard for me, because I'm just always the constant. Oh, hey, Danielle. Like, sometimes he may, oh, that's Linda, right? Oh, Linda, sis, you know, something like that. Kari creates. You think I'm going to respond to you and answer a question? I'm just pointing this out, because your first statement was ugly to me. So don't ask me any questions from this point, because I won't answer you on principle. There you have it. So anywho, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why he remembers. And I know it crushes Josh when Josh sees him. And it probably, I don't think the other siblings really think about it. Salingers are weird people, you know, they don't think about it that way, but I know it bothers Josh. So anywho, that's just the facts of life with Ed. And yeah, so had he had still been the way he was when we first started sharing custody of Ed, he wouldn't have been here. We would not have Ed here at that point. There was just no way I would have been able to tolerate it. It broke me for 3 months. I was broken. I was depressed. I was sad. I was conflicted. I was angry. Yeah. And luckily he changed. And I was able to change with social media and everything like that. Bye, Lydia. So anywho, yeah, that's it. That's where we are now. He's different. Doesn't mean we don't have our moments, right? And it doesn't mean that Dan doesn't have moments either. No, Josh didn't. Josh moved out at 19. I think Josh moved out right before my mom was sick. Josh moved out to go to school. He went to like school here for a couple semesters and then moved down to San Luis Obispo. So yeah, he didn't, and he was in a different job. Ed was in a different phase of his life, right? Do you think it bothers Dan? I don't think that bothers him anymore. You know, Brady, I really don't, because I think that Dan knows that he knows that deep inside, and then, you know, Ed will ask a little thing and say something like, Dad, who am I? And I'll be like, oh, it's Dan. You know, like, it's Dan. I know who you are. Bye, Jet. So, you know, he knows. I don't think it bothers Dan, because Dan still knows at some point he's going to get, you know, he's going to remember. So yeah, it's crazy, you guys. It's just such an interesting situation. Does Ed and your mom have kids? They have Josh. Josh is Ed and my mom. Joanne and Ed have 5 kids, and Josh is my mom and Ed. So thank goodness for Ed and for Dan, I was able to figure it out, right? Able to figure it out. And that's why Ed's still here today. Doesn't mean life is easy. Doesn't mean that it's always easier. It's still not. I mean, he has his days of agitation, and sometimes it's all fucking day long. And when you deal with the agitation and you deal with his constant repetition, because his mind is resetting so much, you're gonna get fucking frustrated. You're gonna lose your mind, and you're not gonna be the nicest person. Was Josh and your mother close? Yes, Josh was very close to his mom, which is my mom. They were, Josh, I mean, you got to realize that even as a boy, whenever Josh had, people just don't go to Ed. It's not somebody you could just have gone to with problems. That doesn't work unless it was something simple like money. But Salingers are very surfacey, very surfacey. Like they don't like show emotion. Like Dan's probably shows the most emotion out of the whole fucking family, honestly. And that came with old age. He wasn't like that way younger. So Ed really never showed emotion. He was very controlling. And so you couldn't really go to him. He didn't have the ability, Ed was ADHD. He didn't have the ability to actively listen, because he also had a processing disorder, which he still mixed in with the dementia. So you couldn't have those types of conversations with Ed. So yeah, Josh had to go to my mom, they were very close. Josh and my mom were very close, and if she were alive today, I mean, we would always be together. It wouldn't have changed me and what I'm doing. It's just my mom would be a part of it too. Yeah. So anyhow, it's the complications, right? It's the complications of, people think they have all the answers, with, my life and my relationship with Ed and all those things. But, people don't know the story, some of them, and they think that I treat him the way he is because he's not or they think my treatment of him is bad because of the way I talk. Which is just weird. Everybody has their own way of communications. Everybody's personalities are different. That I get judged just on my tone with somebody who can't hear and somebody you have to be direct and to the point with. And it's crazy because we have a lot of critics out there that seem to know better than me. Somebody who's known Ed for 45 years. And by the way, the 45 years that I've known Ed, our relationship is probably the best it's ever been. So yeah, you can take that and shove it up your ass. Did he take it bad? Yeah, I mean, how do you not take away a loss bad? I mean, his wife died. I was probably, I don't really know, 8-ish, 9-ish. I don't really know. I don't have all the formalities. I met him when I was 5-ish, and lots of ups and downs over the years. And my mom I think she got pregnant pretty quick after they wed. So 9-ish, I don't know. I don't really know, you guys. I don't know. I don't really have but I've known him since I was 5, 45 years. So if anybody has the right or the ability, it would be me. Just so you know. I know him even better than Dan, who didn't live with his dad, maybe for 8 years. I've lived with his dad for a lot longer than that. So really, that's why he remembers me. I've probably really known him a lot long. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't have the typical daughter-in-law relationship. No, never. He was amazing with my mom when she was sick. Ed's really good when he has a purpose. Yeah, Ed's really great when he has a purpose. He's not so great when he doesn't. I know it's very, it's hard to understand that, and there's no way of explaining it. I lived it, so it's really hard to, really put into words exactly what I dealt with. Yeah. Um, in the way that, like, so I think it would be more empowering. Like, people think they have this hand over me. Oh, you're just the daughter-in-law, and I giggle to myself because I was like, you're so clueless, you have no idea. To concoct a stronger tonic. Yes, we can do that, Lisa. What is a good avenue to go to help with somebody with dementia? Dementia is a tricky thing. There is no black and white with any of these individuals we deal with as far as dementia is concerned. You have to learn about the patient, right? You have to know who they are, their routine, the expectations, their mannerisms, all those different things in order to help them. And every day it's evolving. Every month, every couple months it evolves because they progress, and the disease is a progressive disease. You just have to go with the flow, Summer. It's so hard, and it's a lot of emotion, and it's a lot of frustration, and you just do the best you can. That's it.
And then you go to sleep.
How would
And you have great
you
dreams.
wake up, and how would your mom feel about all you do for Ed? My mom is flipping over. She would never think or thought that I would. Even my aunt, my mom's family is like, I just can't believe you're doing what you're doing. Because they've all seen, they all witnessed, they've all seen it, they've met him, they know him, they know our relationship, they know the relationship with my mom, la 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 la. So yeah. So my mom would be very proud of me, needless to say. I think my mom would be very proud that I'm doing today what I'm doing. But she would have understood if I couldn't do it either, too. Like, it would not have affected her either way. No, those are Dan's shorts. And he's got some food particles that he ate last night all over his...
Yep, those fucking food particles. That pisses me off. Yep.
So yeah, that's my life with Ed.
That's
And Dan.
our lives.
And Dan. Ed and Dan. Lucky me.
You're damn right, lucky you.
Lucky
But
me.
God.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what
He
has it.
needs the bib. That's why my hummingbird comes in. Yeah. Yep. Is he in a Texas shirt? He's in a... No, he's not. That's not a Texas shirt. That's an Indiana shirt.
Indiana.
That is a John Mellencamp shirt. Yeah, it's a John
Little
Mellencamp.
ditty about Jack and Diane.
Dude, your belly's in my way. Okay, Kim, good luck. All right, you guys. I'm done because he's now here and he's bugging me. And plus, yeah, he needs a bib.
Was it difficult for you to make the decision?
To take care of Ed? Yes.
Not for me.
Not for him, but for me it was. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And every day I look at him and I think, God, what did I do?
And look at how karma rewarded you.
With all
You're
these...
talking to hundreds of people.
All
Karma
my fortunes
rewarded you for your
and
good deeds in
fame
life.
and all the
All you
fortunes
had to do was
I
be
am
good
making
at the beginning, and you would
because
have...
of you and Ed allowing me to live this lifestyle.
Look at this.
Amazing lifestyle. You guys,
You have
can
your
you
little platform,
believe?
you
I
come up-
have to thank Dan, and I'd like to take this opportunity, y'all, right now to thank Dan and Ed for giving me this platform to talk to you all out. I'd like to thank all the trolls for giving me all the attention and rising me to the top. I'd like to thank all my supporters and the people who really, truly love me as well for your support, your kindship, and your understanding. And to everybody else, I really do love you, even if I block you, but you are disrespectful, and then I must do that. And there you have it. Would you like to say anything, sir? This is
You're
heavy.
welcome. You were welcome, and it's been my pleasure. I love watching you grow. I love watching you, struggle to get through every day, and then when you reach the end of that day and you hit the pillow, what an accomplishment every day. I think it's been a joy to watch her grow from a seedling up into what you see today in front of you, working
A
out,
thorn bush.
talking. I think it's an
With
amazing
an
story.
occasional flower.
From obscurity to notoriety, notoriousness.
That's right. Notoriety right here. Thank you, honey.
You're
Without
welcome.
you, I would have never been here. If without you to pick me up from the gutter and show me the true woman I am today,
Good head.
I would be lost and still in that gutter.
Yeah, you would be lost.
I
But I would
appreciate
be in the gutter with you because I would never leave you. So I would join you in if you're in the gutter, that's where I'm going to be. If you're in the sewer, that's where I'm going to be. If you're in a nice king size comfortable bed, that's where I will be wherever you are, because you literally are my oxygen. You are the lifeblood that keeps me going
get
every
the fuck
day.
outta here.
If I lose proximity with you, I become weaker and weaker the farther I get away. It's like she's like anti-kryptonite to me. You know, I need to be around her to have energy and lifeblood. She is literally the engine that drives my soul. See you guys later.
And that's what you call full of shit. And that's what you call full of shit. Yeah. He doesn't love me. He actually hates my guts. He locks me up at night just to make sure I don't abuse him or his father. Because I'm just a thorny bush. That's all I am. Dan's just scared. I told him to say that. I was stepping on his toe. Yeah, there's a lot of different scenarios we can play on that one. I hate him. I really do. I really hate him. Callie, bless. Good morning. I really hate him as much as he hates me. Especially when he's an idiot like that. He's an idiot. All right, y'all. I'm off after that. I have to go vomit. My stomach is a little nauseous at that display of God knows what BS. Anyhow, remember, you are important. I'm going to not view you. Somebody's not going to view me anymore. Anywho, remember, you are important, you are worthy, and you don't matter. I mean, you do matter. Shit. Hold on, erase. Let's try that again. Hold on. Clear the mechanism. Remember, you are important. You are worthy, and you matter. Fuck. I got it right this time. Remember, your feelings are valid. We don't always have to agree with everybody's feelings, but yours are valid too. So just remember that. Anyway, I'll see you guys. I'll see you. Is today Wednesday? Fuck. I'll see you guys later today. Bye. Love you.